Be back in a bit.
Hello, and welcome to another bonus episode of Warhammer 40k, Grim History from the Beyond. I'm Zekthar. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of painting. I've been asked a couple of times anyways if we could get some painting done, and Secrona actually does his own painting, so I figured anyways he might want to join the stream. He left to go grab some water and some stuff for his paint, but let's kind of get into this. So today I'm going to be painting some Termagant gaunts. And we're going to do it in more of a... So this is for the army of Solomace. And that's Trazine's boys. So they're going to be a little bit different, but we're going mainly anyways for High Fleet Behemoth look. So we're going to start out anyways with a couple of red colors. And we're going to end up doing the flesh on a couple of these bad boys. And then we'll just kind of go from there. Alright. Let's see here. We're going to start with, this paintbrush. And let's just make sure that we're actually up and running right now. We should be. We are. Huh. Oh, here we go. Alright. That's a really long delay. Wow, okay. But, anywho. So we're going to start anyways with kind of a lighter color of red. Make sure you shake them a little bit. Keep going. Oh, I just got this color too. Alright. So... Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna always. You always kind of want to start with a darker color. So we'll start with Lair Word Bears Red. See how that turns out. Good my hand. Haven't done that in a while, but. Alright. So you kind of want to do kind of like a little bit of a light paint over. And if you go over some of the parts that you didn't want to go over, that's okay. We'll get them later. That's kind of why we're doing this guy first. Get it in there. Just think happy trees. Happy trees. This is the first time that I've actually painted any Tyranids, so this will be kind of interesting. You don't want to go light anyways with the paint. That way you can kind of get around those ink crests and leave you anyways a little bit of this black part here. So you can kind of see all the pits and the holes of the Tyranids, which we are going to fill in later anyways with a neon green. The reason why we're doing that is because, like I said, this is the army of Solomace. So, Trazine, anyways, has mind shackled all these guys. And so the way that I'm kind of showing that, anyways, is that we're putting a little bit of green into this to show, anyways, kind of the mind shackling. But, I wonder actually if looks like we've got Secrona on the other end, but I can't hear him.
Can't hear who?
You! Haha, there he is. Hello, Mrs. Secrona. How fares it?
Hello. It goes well. How about you, Zekthar?
I'm doing okay. What are you painting today?
I'm painting, as always, orcs.
Oh, yeah, right. So what part of the process are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm currently... Well, this guy that I'm currently holding, I thought I was done with him. However, I'm thinking I'm gonna go back and fix his boots real quick. Other than that, it's mostly just adding some of the finer details to a lot of these orcs.
Oh, okay.
Dry brushing some silver on the sluggas and some of the other metal parts. Maybe add some rust to everything. Maybe dry brush the.
Go ahead.
I was thinking maybe dry brushing the squig, the hair squigs a little bit, so they pop out a little more.
You gonna be working on your orc war boss anytime soon?
I mean, I could start working on him. If it depends if that's what, you know what, I'll show him off. I don't think I showed him off. I might have.
He's not really done.
Here, I'm gonna show it off on. I'll show it off first off for Zekthar's screen. This is the war boss in question. And then for everyone else.
And we could only get one camera to work for Secrona. Secrona's a big shot. He requires 2 cameras. I unfortunately only have 1. So
you work with what you got. All right.
Exactly.
That was me for the longest time. I also used a dinky little webcam when I first started out, so. Glad to see you paying your orkies. Well, thank you, Trav.
Hey, Trav.
I hope you're enjoying your dinner. I could start with the. I mean, it'd be easy to paint the armor. It's just essentially yellow. And really simple to do.
Well, the reason I was asking is because you're kind of working. Well, I mean, it can work. I mean, you're working on finishing stuff. I'm kind of working on base paints right now. So we can kind of show anyways how you do both.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll paint the yellow on my war boss real quick, since he's going to be a bad moon anyways, because he's based off of a character in the app, Tacticus.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to go back to trying to finish this guy up, who's really close, but not quite. Let me just get that and my assortment of paint. A very, very each box.
Nice.
Assault on Blackforge. I wonder if they do any of the other editions of Warhammer. Do they essentially just remake the Assault on Blackforge whenever they release a new edition?
I have no idea.
All right, cool deal.
Yeah, I have no idea. Also, anyways, I'm not just doing a couple of these termagants. They came with a Ripper Swarm, so we got the little bug.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So you might be wondering.
What does the Ripper Swarm look like? Out of curiosity.
What's that?
I was just wondering what the Ripper Swarm looked like. I've never seen one on tabletop.
Oh, there's normally like 4 of them. They're like little bugs. They're about the size of a scarab, but with a whole lot more teeth.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's essentially just one small figurine. Got it.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't know if it was like you know.
Yeah, it's a swarm. So as opposed to Secrona, as you can see, anyways, I always start anyways. My primer is normally I use a black. Now Secrona likes to use white, which is perfectly fine. Mainly the main reason why he does that though is because, as opposed to me, I like more darker figures. Secrona is a happy person, so he likes them a little bit lighter.
I like them to pop out.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I forgot one important.
I will say the Tyranids. Oh, go ahead, man. I will say the Tyranids are interesting to me, anyways, because they don't have any. From everything that I've normally painted, anyways, there's normally some sort of like steel or something along those lines, and the Tyranids don't have any of that. They're all just straight up bioforms. So it's all claws, teeth, and their guns even anyways just look more like bionic than they do anything else. So I'm going to leave the back of his head anyways, not putting this base on it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take actually a lighter red and use that. But By the way, this is also, anyways, this is just kind of, I hate it anyways when you look on YouTube or something like that and they say, this is how you have to paint this. It's like, there's really kind of no way to wrongly paint something. Other than, okay, I guess anyways, if Secrona decided to paint his orcs, I don't know, orange
Pink
instead of green, he'd kind of raise an eyebrow. But it's not necessarily a problem. I mean, I actually used some orc on a, back in the day when I used to do orcs, it was for fantasy. And I had a savage orc boar shaman, and I gave him a, he had a big, like, cloak on his back, fur cloak, and I made it kind of like a tiger skin. So it was orange and black, which was pretty cool. But
Well, if he wants to paint his orcs rainbow colors, that orc would quickly die. Very, very quickly. Consumed by the rest.
yeah, probably. Like I said, it's the paint scheming anyways for a lot of, like, for instance, most people don't paint Tyranids like this because most of the how-tos are all on, I believe anyways, it's High Fleet Leviathan.
So it's like the purple and pale ones, right?
Yeah, that's the purple pale one. And then Kraken almost looks the same, it's just a little bit darker. The one that was really different, honestly, was Behemoth. Well, and one thing though I will say that I do like about the orcs in this as opposed to fantasy is because you have your different, like, factions, you can kind of go out of your way anyways. Like, for instance, you're making Badmans. You know, personally, I wouldn't go with Badmans. I'd probably go with Freebooters or Death Skulls. Mainly because I like the whole blue woad aspect of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not a super fan of quite frankly, yellow. But which makes it kind of hard anyways to paint, you know, Badmans. But
yeah, if you're not a fan of the color, I can understand. I don't know, something about the color scheme for the Bad Moons just seems awesome to me.
yeah,
Like, normally I'm not the biggest fan of, like, yellow stuff either, but for some reason the Bad Moons just make it work. It does it for me.
Well, it kind of works for, you know, the orcs because they're, you know, kind of flashy anyways. So they believe in flashy gets, you know. So it kind of works for them. Oh, hang on a second. Let's see if I've actually picked anybody up on the channel. Nope. If you're on Secrona's channel, Heidi Ho.
I did leave a link in the description below. I did at Tales of Asheraka. It does say Kojar Hellbringer on the bottom, but that's Tales of Asheraka, I promise.
So
I promise I didn't just go, oh yeah, they're featuring this guy, and then send you to some random schmo.
So one thing though that I do notice that's a lot different anyways, the way that you paint than I do anyways, is that you put them all together before you paint them. Is that just kind of the
That's just because that's kind of the way I've seen it. Plus, not only that's kind of the way I did it to begin with. It's also along the lines of harder to glue together after they've been painted. I'm always just nervous that the glue's going to come apart.
Yeah. Depending on what it is, I will actually put them together. Sometimes.
That's fair.
Well, like for instance, the guy that you got there, I don't know if you glued his face on.
I haven't glued the grot on. I haven't I haven't glued his face on either.
No, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Can I
you pop that out? Yeah. Because
I'm trying to.
I was gonna glue it on, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna be able to paint that if we stick it in there because his hand's so close."
How'd you get it in there in the first place? Like, good grief.
Very carefully.
Wait. Ah, aha! Ah. Well, I'll make painting that easier. All right. Why does he have so many names? I don't know why he has so many names.
Who, me?
Blame Google. Yeah, blame Google.
I don't know what do you mean?
Okay, the Zekthar part, that's because of the cast. The Vox cast.
Yeah. And then Kojar is my email. There's another one on there?
Tales of Ashraka.
Oh, that's the YouTube channel.
That's at least 3. And normally for people who are wondering, normally I like to water my paints down a bit, but I'm currently using a paint that's meant for an airbrush, so it's already naturally a little thinner.
I was like, don't water that down, dude.
Like I said, that's why I said normally. Normally I like to. This is not one of those cases.
These things are just super gnarly. They're the guys in Tacticus anyways that are with the Tyranids that are like the little swarm dudes. That are just kind of a pain.
Sorry, which one? Which ones?
The Ripper swarms.
Oh, the Rippers. I hate the Ripper swarms.
Yeah.
Oh, they die so easily, except for the fact that you have to hit them 5 times.
Yeah. With it, there are a couple characters that apparently can really do a lot of damage on them. Bellator doesn't do very well on them. He does well with the Scarabs. The Scarabs he like one-shots. So that's kind of nice. But
Hey, what's up there, Colin? How's it going?
Is that Ladder Boy? Oh wait, no, he's been.
It is Ladder Boy. No,
Did he get promoted last
Ladder
time?
Bro. We call him Ladder Bro. We give him some respect. Not enough to stop calling him Ladder Bro, but.
Fair enough.
So I don't know why I'm looking at a picture. I have the game right in front of me. I can just look up the character and spin him around if I need to.
Oh, hey, Trap. Hey. Glad you could make it onto the channel.
Where is he?
So a couple days ago you
Wait, so
mentioned
don't
anyways that you can't stand Tau. Why?
Space communists.
Not really space communists, but okay. It's the greater good, man.
Yeah, and if you don't follow the greater good, perish.
I don't know. I've just
You have to live by, which is like everyone else, but they try to justify it in a way that's just more annoying than the rest of them. Not only that, but on the tabletop, they're also a pain in the butt to deal with.
I mean, they're supposed to be. They're the only one that actually makes sense military-wise. We stopped carrying swords a long time ago. I don't know. I was just kind of wondering.
Now, so you get sleepy. All right.
Personally, I like him just mainly because, well, one of the guys that one of the characters I really like is Foresight. He's the guy with the he's got like a giant demonic blade that he doesn't know is the demonic blade. He's pretty cool, actually. He also split off from the rest of the Tau Empire. Did his own thing. He now runs the Foresight Enclaves.
I think the only people I hate more than the Tau lore-wise has to be the Drukhari.
Not even Chaos?
I'd much rather deal with the Chaos, most of the Chaos Space Marines than Drukhari. Drukhari are just kind of, sort of messed up in the head. And that's saying a lot, considering the other Chaos factions.
They're all
We could murder you, or we could torture you for all eternity and then turn you into a sofa.
Yeah.
Will I be dead at that point and be released from my suffering? No.
Kind of the same goes though for anybody that worships chaos. Right?
Yeah, but not quite as much as the Drukhari. I mean, it's because the friggin' Eldar that Slaanesh is even around in the first place. It's because of the taking pleasures in things that probably shouldn't have taken pleasure in the first place, and the suffering of others that caused it.
It was a little bit more than that. You can't blame the Drukhari for Slaanesh. It wasn't just them. At the time, technically, they were the Eldar. They were a whole. And then it was just the overall hedonism of everybody. But I don't know. I will say the Drukhari do have some pretty cool figures, though.
They do.
Painting. Any of the shit, what do they call them? They're like blade masters. They look pretty sick. And not only that, but I mean, Warhammer, you can take that as dark as you want to, quite frankly. I mean, there's stories, anyways, of orcs using humans as livestock.
Hey, you're talking about the beast, right?
I think that was when it was mentioned, yeah.
Which doesn't feel very orky, but okay.
And that's the thing is that, I mean, they just... I can't remember when it was, but I remember when I was playing Fantasy, they had just kind of switched over to, like, we want to make this significantly darker. They tried making the orcs darker, and it just kind of... I kind of appreciated some of it, but in other aspects of it, it's like they're supposed to be kind of goofy.
You can have them be scary and goofy at the same time.
It's kind of hard to take works.
Not scary. Not scary in the sense of like, super intimidating in the sense of like, you know, the beast, but scary as in like, oh my. Well, again, I guess the best example would be, what is it? The brutal cunning. Yeah. Or the big Daka.
Well, okay, in that situation, I don't find the orcs scary at all. I mean, they're warlike.
No, you don't, but you're on the receiving end, they would be.
I don't know if I don't know. I would find them as scary as, I guess, large humans that were coming to kill me. It's the aspect that they're trying to kill me. You know what I mean? They're just green.
Yeah, but also this is the same race that everyone just takes for granted and is like, oh man, they're so stupid, they're trapped, and then all of a sudden they start raining from the sky on top of your ship. Or, oh well, you know what, we figured out their teleporter, there's no way they're getting through, and they get through anyways and start slaughtering everything.
Yeah.
Especially when you label them as kind of the stupid race, and they're doing stupid stuff like this. It's like,
Well, I mean,
I think that's what I really love, because most of the time when you read about orcs, if it's not the beast, it's usually from the perspective of everyone else, and it's just like, oh yeah, they're highly tenacious, but they're also idiots, so they're not too much of a problem. And then the Uthak series.
Slaughtered. It's never the way
and then
it
the
works.
Uthak series. Yeah, and then the Uthak series is essentially, they took that from the perspective of both sides, and they're like, they start off with the usual, yeah, these guys are idiots, they shouldn't be too much of a problem. Wait, how are they getting by all of our defenses? Hold on. They just killed our Titan with a car and a squeak.
That was
Something's not
brutal
right here.
cunning, right?
What was that?
That was brutal cunning, right?
That was brutal cunning. Drives, what is it? A shock jump jacksta.
Well, the weird part about those books is that the orc that you follow, anyways, actually has plot armor, which is weird for an orc.
Yeah, usually plot armor goes against the orcs. You're just like, yeah, the orcs are just here to kind of hype up whatever character we're selling. Oh, well, great. Now I got the...
What happened?
I grazed the top of the orc. That's okay. It's just a little bit of highlighting that I'm just... This is why usually I don't like painting the orc's body before painting everything else. Makes me wonder why I asked you to paint the orc in the first place. I probably should have just told you not to paint anything.
Well, I wanted
Leave
to paint his
alone.
face at
I've got
least,
plans.
because the face anyways would have been, you know, that way if we get into combat, they could actually see what they look like.
It's just gonna be funny now that we have to explain this, and when we get into combat, it's like, you know, I know he's supposed to be a Death Skull. Don't question why he's wearing bad moon armor. Just don't.
Well, technically,
Not
isn't
important.
he a freebooter?
Well, he was a Death Skull that became a freebooter.
It means he can wear whatever he wants.
True.
So it's not
Could have gone this
that
journey.
big of a
He
deal.
could have.
But
Let's see
even-
here. Oh, I would taste the joy of 40k painting. Hey, what's up, Billy? Hello, Snowy. How's it going? I'm picturing the orcs singing nobody else but you from the Goofy movie. If we listen to each other's hearts.
You have watched.
My day has been
You
in
have
sh-
heard What a Wonderful Log, right? On YouTube.
Yes. It's been a while. I don't remember the lyrics, but yes, I have definitely heard it. How's it going there, Snowy? And Luna, how you doing? I have a story to tell you. What's your interesting story there? Death Skulls do loot other orc clans. That's true.
Actually,
So do
should find
freebooters.
that. I don't. All right, so this guy, I think you got all the base on him. He's down here. Yeah, because is he okay? I don't know if you can see this because I can't. Yeah, it's just gonna be all fuzzy. But I'm not painting the back part of their heads this darker red because I wanted to kind of brighten out a little bit, and so it's gonna be gonna use one of these other two reds sitting here. But he
Gotcha.
is ready for the second part, I think. This guy is he back there.
Oh, great. And the axe is also gold. Awesome. Great.
Axe is gold?
Yeah. I'm looking at the picture right now. The axe head is gold. Not the blades, obviously, but
Or yellow?
yeah. Yeah. That's what I meant.
I
Yellow.
was like, gold? Wow, okay.
This gold quartz, I guess, was clever enough to figure out to combine, not actually melt down gold, but just took like silver, melted it with yellow. It's like, shiny yellow,
Yeah, shiny yellow.
extra explosive, extra boom.
So what do the colors do again for... I know red's fast, blue is supposed to be lucky, and then it's... let's see,
Yellow
white
is
supposed
both
to be tough to kill, and
deadly.
yellow, and black is supposed to be hurts more or something like that. That's why they checker it. Oh, and purple
black's
you can't
tougher,
see.
white is deadly, yellow is rich and also more explosive.
And purple you can't see.
Okay, that one's just a meme, but
Actually, it's not. What? I've looked it up on multiple sites, so...
oh wait, no, that's right, because the commandos use it.
Yeah.
They have like purple streaks. They're supposed to be like the usual mud streaks. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen a purple orc? No? Exactly.
No. And that's the real reason why the Ultramarines are the poster boys. Not because they're particularly the best, but because they're wearing blue. So they're the luckiest.
Yeah, the Ultramarines?
Yeah. Too bad the same could be said for the Crimson Fists.
Crimson Fist, Pedro Cantor is pretty awesome. He would be their chapter master.
Like Templars are my boys. I mean, but the Endless Crusade, you mean? Yes.
Who's a fan of the Black Templars on your side?
Colin.
Has he read the Armageddon story? So has he Hell's
No.
Reach?
I don't think he has. No, I haven't either. But, and again, I haven't. Again, all Space Marines are like I've read like no books with Space Marines in them, except for where they show up for like brief periods. The most Space Marines I've read about is, funny enough, Caiaphas Cain with the Redeemers.
The Redeemers are the ones that, yeah, they just show up at save him from the Necrons, right?
Yes, but then they have the 7th book. Is the one where he goes on to the Space Hulk, Spawn of Damnation, and that one kind of surrounds the Redeemers the entire time.
Well, they're also, yeah, but then aren't they in the next one anyways, where he goes to the planet where there's the Gene Stealers, and the governor's daughter wants him to marry her?
That's the same book.
Oh, okay. He keeps trying to avoid her, and she ends up back on the ship with him. He's like, no!
It's like lovely. Yellow's wealth. Yellow is also better explosions. Let's see. So I was woken up by my sister last night due to her turning on the bathroom light, and then she ran downstairs to tell my mom my shower door shattered with no reason nor warning. That's an interesting start.
Yeah.
Christ bless you too, Chris. How you doing?
Okay, so one of these guys are going to actually finish what's up in this, so let's see, we gotta get his arms. So the way that Tyranids are put together are kind of weird. I don't know if you can really see this Secrona, but notice how he's got a foot and a claw.
Yeah, and then the other side's the other foot and the claw.
It's gonna be another foot and a claw, but then I've got to attach his gun hands. He has gun hands.
I forgot about that.
So no opening doors for these guys.
No traditional method, at least.
I guess in theory they could blow the door open with the gun, but
that's what. There you go. Little engineering.
Where we're going, we don't need guns. Or we need doors.
Where we're going, we don't need doors. Here, I will rock the Maltese cross and the Templars. And they've already got their own cross going on there. Let's see here. Don't worry, the glass has been cleaned up, all is safe. And now I have a slight fear of glass shower doors. But that reminds me of the time where, in my old house, I was just sitting in the family room, and we had this little overhang that went over the back deck, and it was not that sturdy because it swung in and crashed through the window that I was sitting right next to. Luckily, I was far enough away that it didn't hit me, but it was still pretty dang close.
It was definitely one of those. I was in the other room when I heard that. I was like, what the hell was that? It was, if I recall, it had dumped snow, and the weight of the snow had dropped the awning outside. If I recall right.
Yeah, no, that's right. It was because there was just so much snow on it.
Yeah. But so Collins, the Black Templar dude, he should definitely.
Yeah, he likes the Black Templar.
You should definitely read. There's a couple books. There's Hell's Reach. Hell's Reach is like quintessential. If you like the Black Templar, you should read it. It's all takes place on Armageddon, and you follow Grimaldus, who is a reclusiarch of the Black Templars. He's assigned to trying to hold Hell's Reach, and kind of does. Against the giant hordes of orcs, anyways. And then the sequel to that is about he's pretty much one of the main characters in it, but it's about the Celestial Alliance and how they got pretty much wiped out by the Inquisition. He ends up helping them. A whole bunch of orcs. But yeah, Black Templars, I've never really gotten into them. They're too zealous for me, my personal taste.
Yeah,
Of course,
I kind of get it.
I'm also a Space Wolf fan, so.
I also like the Space Wolves. I still think my favorite of the, at least the loyalists, has to be the Salamanders.
Salamander's pretty cool too. They are also, by the way, in House Reach. Grimalis isn't really happy with them. Because it's written really interesting because it's talked about like in happenstance behind what took place, and it's the Black Templars are super pissed at the Salamanders because they didn't charge forward and try to kill an Orc war boss, which would have been really helpful. Instead, they stayed behind and protected a kind of like a gateway anyway, so that the orcs can storm in and kill the civilians. So it really shows anyways the difference between the way that the two chapters think, which is really interesting. And the last part of it is we're watching anyways as the Salamanders, they take their leave, they leave the city. And the human commander, the Ostromalterm dude, he's sitting there watching them leave, and he's just like, he's really appreciative that the Templars are there, the Knights, because they're really good at their job. He's like, but the Salamanders work better with people. I know that sounds shocking, but anyway.
Isn't the Salamander's whole thing is the Imperium is the human race, and that they should be protected?
They are very much, anyways, we need to protect humanity, yeah. There's only a few other chapters. No other chapters, anyways, take it to the same level as the Salamanders do. But there are a couple others, anyways, that have to show a little bit more compassion towards humanity. One of them happens, ironically, to be the Space Wolves, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they're space Vikings, but...
How goes the pain? It goes well, Mr. Coconut. How are you doing?
Ah, it's a coconut. Alright.
I'm currently reading the Last Ditch, which is a Caiaphas Cain book, and then after that I'm going to start in the first 3 books of the Horus Heresy.
The Horus Heresy? The ones you borrowed from me? Yeah.
Yep.
The third one is probably, of those 3 that you got anyways, the third's probably my favorite. The first one's very interesting because it shows Horus in a completely different aspect that you're probably going to think of him. Because the first one takes place before he turns to chaos. So, he's everything anyways that the Emperor wanted anyways in a War Master. He's charismatic.
Hey, Caramel. How's it going?
Hey, Cat. He's charismatic. He's a warrior. He's a great tactician. He's a great leader. And you'll also anyway see Abaddon in a completely different light. He is also in those books. And by the third one, anyways, we're full heresy. So
it doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
The first one's Sunshine and Rainbows, and then everything goes to hell.
Although it was kind of interesting because when I read the first book, I didn't know anything about Erebus, and he shows up in the first book.
Oh no.
Yeah. And the more that I look back on it, I'm like,
It makes sense now.
It all makes sense.
The signs were always there.
Alright, so what do you think? The first guy, should I give him the 2 pistols, or should I give him a plasma or a weird rifle thing? Whatever.
Mix it up a little. Give him a little rifle thing.
Also got a guy that's going to end up with like a rocket launcher. Which I don't know how that works with the Tyranids, but...
Don't they just shoot flesh spores and acid? Isn't that their whole shtick?
I don't know.
It's just bigger flesh spore. Go. Funk. Doing okay? Good to hear. Nothing much playing Reaper. How are you two doing? Doing all right. As you can see, instead of actually trying to finish figurines, I've started on a new one. Huzzah.
You can finish your figurines. I just thought it'd be interesting to, we both kind of started the same process.
No, I'm just making fun of myself because I really was excited to paint Golgorts.
Is that what you're going to call him?
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
technically, right now, he's Gratz, Ghoul Gut Ripper?
Yeah.
Technically.
He'll be Golgorts once.
Yep. Once we're done with Belko's Brigade. He'll go by a new name. And a whole different backstory.
Whatever the backstory is in Tacticus, which is not much, but it's there.
Yeah. That was one thing that kind of pissed me off on Tacticus, is that normally, anyways, all of them kind of have at least, one faction's kind of got at least one guy that is steeped in, 40k lore, other than the orcs.
Because they're orcs.
They could have, there's a lot of orcs they could have used.
What I really want is a book based off The General, which if you got, no one's read the War Boss book, no one's gonna know who that character is, but I really want one.
He's the Blood Axe, right?
Yeah, he's the Blacks. He's the only one that lives out of the 3 War Bosses.
From Armageddon.
Is he from Armageddon? Are they on? I don't think they're in Armageddon.
Or they're on Armageddon now, I guess.
I can't remember what planet that takes place on.
Well, okay, so which book are you talking about, I guess? Are you
War
talking
Boss.
about the one that's the rise of Gazgul?
No, I'm talking about the rise of Snagit Fleetfoot. It's the one in between what is it? Brutal Cunning and the Big Baka.
Gotcha. So the General, anyways, he was also, if I recall right, anyways, worked with Gazgul on Armageddon. That's why I was kind of confused there.
I'll have to look that up later. Just trying to out some mods for the game that I had recently, so there's that. All right, cool to you.
He's the guy, though, in the book, anyways, that kicks the grot into the whirlpool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the grot's
Right
like, I win! I get to control the army! And the general just boot kicks him into the...
Which I love because the freaking the weird boy that's one of the pivotal characters in that book is like, don't worry, you get to go through first. And all I could think of once he got the grot got kicked through was, well, technically he didn't lie. He did get to go through first. Just not the way he thought.
Yeah. I should have chosen better music. Sorry, guys. This is really ominous.
I'm playing very I'm playing very fitting music.
Oh, what are you listening to?
The soundtrack for Shoot His Blood and Teeth.
Oh, right, yeah. Mine, I believe, is Space Marine Meditation or something like that. And I was like, no, it's Warhammer painting music, and it's just been these dark tones and weird techno vibes. Yeah,
Love me some boys. Hey, Styrofoam 12, how's it going? Nothing too exciting, but enough to keep my mind occupied. Well, hopefully I'll have something late to keep your mind occupied later there, Caramel. What?
I didn't say a word.
I heard a grunt earlier.
I'm allowed to grunt occasionally. Your older brother. I'm fat. It comes with the territory.
Orcs are my main army, but I have like 8,000 points. In the process of painting, taking a break to work on my EC. EC. What's EC? What's the scheme? I see lots of yellow. Bad moons. Emperor's children. Oh. I do like me some weird noise boys. Noise boys? What are they? Noise marines.
Does he have any?
No, I don't. I do like noise marines.
No, not you. Yeah, you're talking to.
Oh, styrofoam. I have pretty much identical list to what we used before. I just add a couple new ones, put an orc head on it, and they are the noise boys. That's true. Just replace. It reminds me of that made up story that one YouTuber did. That's like the orcs that discover the emperor and start worshiping him.
Oh, by No Man. The one
yeah,
that
and then
introduced everybody to. Yeah.
And then the Quizzers interrogating that guy. He's just like, then the Emperor's angels. It was kind of weird though, because their ship was on fire. A lot of smoke bellowing from it, and when they came down, they were a little more stocky than I remember, and they spoke weird. The Emperor protects.
Yeah, I haven't looked into him in a while. No man. All right. A couple of these guys.
Let's see here. I had a new. Ooh, more maps.
New color.
You're using a different color besides red? My gosh, he's evolving.
No,
We're
unfortunately,
evolving.
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh,
I said it's
okay.
close.
I'm still painting.
We're close.
I need to be more patient and let these actually dry a bit before continuing to go over them, because I'm just spreading the paint around and it's not actually, sticking. Again, the problem with using already pre-thinned paint that's meant for an airbrush. It's a bit on the thin side. See, I added a new map and some new variables. I think you'll like them, Colin, especially since it involves. Ooh, I like how you evolve Colin specifically when you know that I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Or you could send Secrona your list of mods so he could send it to me. Why don't you send each other? You're both on Discord. Can't you both just send each other the lists? And you guys can compare, compare notes. Green is the best though. Watch the game today where a truck almost one-shotted us. Sanguinor? That was pronounced?
Who?
Sangu. I'm talking. My chat and someone styrofoam. A Blind Angel. Okay, it's a Blind Angel's character. Apparently. Not Sanguinian. Sanguinior. Sanguin. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a word I've never seen before. But apparently he pretty much died to a wrecking ball in a truck.
Oh.
In one shot almost.
Oh.
Pineapple juice in the
Mr.
background.
Coconut. I guess he popped in on the other side.
Here. One of them is funny. I mean, I'm currently painting right now, but that means I know who you're talking to. I'm currently painting though. It's hard for me to stop what I'm doing to look at my phone. Plus, I'm with a guest. That would be wooed.
I don't mind, man. I look at my phone occasionally. It's because the only way I can get the chat to work anyways is if I look at my phone. But...
No.
You know you've been using a color
I mean-
too long when it starts drying to your paintbrush.
Yeah, I should probably. Speaking of which, actually wet that a little bit so it's not just stuck on there, and then shake the paint up a little bit. Oh, sure, I can paint. Those look like pink horrors. Well, they're red right now, and they're Tyranids.
Termagants, to be precise.
Termagants are just like the basic. They're the ones with the guns, right? And then the Termagants are the ones with
the guns. The Hormagants are the ones that just have big spikes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And we picked up the Termagants because they were $15 cheaper.
Oh, I'm glad that what we're gonna be fighting is based on the price of the real world. Cool.
Well, okay. There's also some bigger monsters that I'm not going to buy and paint. You guys will have to fight too, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to, at least show some of them anyway.
Oh, that'd be cool. No, I get it.
All right. So this guy.
It's not pineapple juice. It's Everland Sunset Yellow.
Oh.
I always wanted a diorama. Dioramas would be pretty cool.
See, I am the traditional American male and will only drink things anyways that are black or brown. Today it's a rum and coke with a giant stein. One that I didn't finish yesterday. But what are you drinking? A pineapple?
I'm not drinking. No, that's my paint glass.
Oh, don't drink that.
No, I'm not drinking it. I would
That's
like
what
to
he was
live.
referring to it. I was like, oh yeah, that looks very fruity. Looks like a wine cooler.
Although a pineapple flavored drink does sound good right about now.
All right, so the next paint that I'm going to end up using anyways is Corax White.
All right. I'm doing alright. How you doing there, Rasuki? I know you are a big Pokemon fan. I know, but I just want to feel included.
And that shouldn't take me too long, and then we're probably going to end up using anyways this as a dry, well, actually no. Change my mind. We're going to use this as a dry brush. Calvin Green. So like I said at the beginning of this anyways, we're using the base anyways of Hive Fleet Behemoth, but they're all owned anyways by the army of Solomace, which is Trazine, the Infinite's army. And he pretty much takes, when he goes to war, he takes armies from all different races and he just mind shackles them with mind shackle scarabs. So we're gonna change the colors a little bit on them. I mean, technically, I wouldn't.
So I see Trasim also kit bashes, just with lives instead of.
Trazine literally is a Warhammer 40k person in Warhammer 40k.
he is the kit basher.
Yes.
He's not a kit basher. He is the kit basher. I'm just teasing you, Caramel. You're fine. Caramel, I'm teasing you. Don't worry. I'm doing a kick-ass blender render for Halo. Blender render, that's cool. For Halo to celebrate a new weapon being introduced. What weapon? Also drawing for once. For Caramel. Even shared her odds. They love it and some want to calm her if she's available. More money! Do it. Caramel, do it. Get that money. Get that bread.
I do need
The box.
some Wraith Bone in there too.
The new what?
Tyranid's got teeth. Alright, for this I'm probably going to use a significantly smaller brush. Let's use the 5. Teeny tiny little brush.
Hold on. What? Who just did what? Oh, thank you, Star, for subscribing. I appreciate that. That's Godzilla's just for you, my friend.
We should set up something anyways that people actually subscribe when we do something. Oh, but we are going to do something anyways for Bilko's Brigade. So if you want to be part of that stream, you kind of can. we're gonna set up anyways like a sticker thing. So if you can like, plug in a sticker, Warp Tomfoolery will take place anyways for one of the characters that is in the game. We actually have something kind of set up so that, like for instance, a lot of them are pretty simple stuff. It's just like, for instance, if you roll a particular way, a Nurgling pops up and calls you Papa, and it follows you around. You know, just some fun stuff like that, but the players will have to react to it, which I think would be interesting.
To be fair, Styrofoam, this does eventually, this will have a grot on the top of it that has big Daka. Has a big shooter. So this one definitely will be worthy. And I know these ones technically don't have enough Daka to be, you know, bad moons, but I paint them as bad moons anyways because I like the color scheme. I'm thinking of getting some actual shooter boys later and painting them definitely as bad moons.
So how we're gonna do this, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, Secrona. But if you look at the top here anyways, they've got this like kind of bony crest that comes down. We're gonna paint it white. And then I've got this, it's actually kind of a cool wash. Do you use washes at all? Okay, they're technically not
I do
washes anymore. They're called contrasts.
Oh yeah, I use contrast paints.
And this one is Striking Scorpion Green. And if you put that anyways with a white underneath it, it definitely gives it that very Necron green color, that kind of eerie green. So we're gonna put this white so it's like a spike that goes all the way down its back, and then its eyeballs, and then it's got these 3 like holes that are punched in its head. We're gonna put that on too. And then I was originally gonna use Korax white for teeth, but we just picked up this new one called Wraithbone. It looks more bony, so we'll use that instead.
I mean, it's got bone in the name, so it makes sense to look a little more bony.
That's what I ended up
Let's
using.
see, for what it's worth.
Go ahead.
No, I'm reading chat, so go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, I was gonna say it's the same white that I use for what's his face? Vashor's guy.
I just realized there's the Eldari. Oh, and I'm gonna have to get in there. I don't want to get in there. I'm going to have to.
One of these times, anyways. Houston will join us. I just got him a airbrush.
The air. Let's see. For what it's worth, I want to have 20 of my boys be shooter boys, but the axes look so much better. I mean, if you want to see a cool axe job that I did, you should see this. It's hard to tell on this camera, but.
It looks significantly better in real life. Yes. Oh, there you go. That's not bad.
I love the rust effect that I got. That's my pride and joy, is that dry brush, the rust on there. The Mutilator's kick-ass, a double barrel shotgun with a gravity hammer on the end of his true CQC killer. And yes, this is supposed to be Golgorts. I mean, technically, it's just a war boss in mega armor, but I'm painting it after Golgorts, so he's Golgorts. Or right now, he's. I don't remember. Gratz Rule Guts Rippa.
You don't remember your own character's name?
I can remember Guts Rippa because that's easy to remember.
Gratz School Guts Ripper, if I recall right.
The rust looks great. Love that. Yep, it just took like a little bit of red, a little bit of, what was it, silver and yellow. And sure enough, it just looks terrible, which is the point.
anybody on your side knows why, or on my chat, I don't really have anybody following on chat. Coconut. And
sorry,
Trap
which
popped up
holes?
for a time, but if anybody knows why there's those holes that are kind of like punched in their head, I'd like to know. I'm assuming
Apparently
you don't know.
pomegranate. Apparently they have holes in their head. I don't know why. Secrona, do you want me to send you the new mod list? Sure. I'll have 2 lists to look at.
Mod list for what?
Oh, repo.
Oh. So you liking that more than the other game that you play that's very similar to?
Lethal?
Yeah.
Lethal Company? Right now I am, but it's been a hot minute since I actually played. Well, that's not true. I did play it recently. I like, there's certain aspects I like for both of them, but right now I think I'm enjoying Repo a bit more. But then again, it's new, so you know, new things usually are pretty more
shiny. It's new and shiny.
I used a Rise of Rust, I think it's called, or Troll Rust. Said I was gotcha. Yeah, I don't have that, so I just decided to make my own thing, and it works. It definitely looks like it's rusted. Just know I can't play it this weekend because of election day here, and I need to be early. Gotcha. Okay.
Election in the Philippines?
I guess that's still they have the next. Yeah.
Who's running?
Will you know who it is if they are?
Maybe.
Or do you mean like what?
No, I'll have no idea. But
We could try it out this Friday instead. But Caramel, you said you wanted to do what was it? Splatoon. Not gonna lie, noted. I don't feel like playing Splatoon. Okay, fair enough. If you've changed your mind on that, we could do Repo instead. So thanks, Stefan. I appreciate that. I barely touched my Switch except for Animal Crossing.
his guns, or no, it's not a gun, it's his axe.
Yeah, I was about to say.
His axe is yellow too, yeah.
I did say that earlier, that his axe is in fact yellow.
Yeah, I heard you.
It's just, I'm trying to make sure I also don't get the blades, because the blades at least are not yellow. That'd be stupid.
Sometimes forget. You're supposed to shake these things before you open them.
I should also probably shake it as well. It's been a little bit. My villager bed is rotting. I'm pretty sure I still haven't quit out of that game, and it's been 2 days now. You just open it up and all your villagers are starving. Oh no.
To the white.
Is there really anywhere else that I'm missing that really needs to be touched up is the question. Oh, yes, there is. Did I miss that?
So how are you going to grime up his boots?
Well, it's not gonna be just like all shiny yellow. Like I said, this is one of the bigger figures, so eventually I'm going to actually come through and grime them up and actually add a lot of detail. It's just for the smaller ones, I'm not gonna be doing that as much.
Well, no, I was just
Otherwise,
asking.
I'd be being...
Are you planning
Oh
on
yeah, no,
doing it?
absolutely, I'm gonna grime up his boots.
No. I was asking how.
Oh, that? I'm not sure yet.
What kind of paint are you going to use?
I haven't thought that far ahead. So I just realized I painted the teeth that are hanging from this banner yellow. Nah, I'll just dry brush it with white and it'll look like it'll look perfect.
Teeth. Yeah. I'd say you do that. It'll work out quite well, I think. How was your D&D session, by the way, yesterday? What are you guys running?
We're running a game called Numenera. Completely different system than your normal D&D.
Does it run similar at least?
And essentially, you've got like 3 different skill pools that you can use, and essentially it's a D20 game, but essentially there's these skill checks that you do that have set difficulties where it's like, oh, it's a difficulty 1, that means you need to get a 3 or higher. Or, I mean 3 or lower. Sorry, no, 3 or higher. And so they'll have different difficulty settings like that specifically, but you can spend your stat pools in order to lower the difficulty.
What are you playing as?
I'm playing as what's called a glaive, which means I just hit things really fast.
Oh, no.
But I can also... Oh no, what'd you do?
I dropped it. I dropped his gun. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no. Essentially, you
Now it's all hairy.
move around, you move fast. Think of it kind of like a rogue class.
Okay.
I can also control gravity, so I can either make things heavy or I can make myself fly. So what I ended up doing yesterday is to get out of an ambush, I flew into the air above the people that are going to ambush us, and I dropped a grenade on them.
Modern weapons.
And then
Nice.
well, it was a poison grenade, so it was like a smoke bomb, but poisonous gas instead.
Okay, gotcha.
So I threw it, and then I used my ability to make things heavier to just completely cave in one of the guy's skulls. And then the poison gas just took care of the other one.
Yep.
There we go. I think I pretty much got him done. Well, I didn't get him done, but I think I got the yellow pretty much taken care of. I say that, but now I'm noticing that on his feet, there's lots missing. Layers that I need to apply.
Alright. Oh, we should probably work on his leg too. I forgot about that. There's just one thing in here.
There we go. I will let that dry and I will work on the handle.
This music is so ominous. You're-
Mine keeps going from like this epic music to all of a sudden rock.
No, it's just like, just as you were like, I'm gonna finish doing this, and as you pause anyways, there's this woman.
What's he gonna do next?
Beware! You know, it's like, jeez.
I'm gonna move my phone away because I do not want to accidentally flick paint onto it.
It's like, it sounds a lot like right now anyways, it sounds a lot like, have you ever listened to the soundtrack of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Not, you know, not like the big uplifting parts, but like in the, like, the middle parts where there's just kind of like that weird elvish choir in the background.
Yeah.
That's what it's been doing.
Oh. Unfortunate. Not something you generally want while painting.
Normally, ironically anyways, when I paint, it's either I just throw on Spotify on a playlist. I have a writing playlist for when I write that and that's like all, I would have used it except for, I think there's a lot of it in there that's copyrighted, and I didn't want to hassle with that. This I'm pretty sure isn't. It's one of those.
Okay, Caramel. Hope you get lots of rest.
No, bye. But normally anyways, it is, I normally listen to actually classical music when I paint, or a lot of times anyways, I'll paint later at night, and Trap will actually be on doing a stream of some sort, or at least he used to. He's, from what I hear anyways, he's taking a break on it.
He's trying to focus more on videos, which I get. Yeah. Well, that and what do you call it? Blending, learning Blender.
But yeah, the last time anyways that I was there for the back end of his 12-hour stream, and he played Metal Slug, I want to say. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what Metal Slug is.
Okay. So
I played it with Caramel.
Okay. So here's my question. So he kept saying "die Nazis," like he was killing the Nazis. But the more I looked at it, I was like, I think you might be the Nazi, Chief. The main character, is he a Nazi?
No, the main character's not a Nazi.
Oh, okay. Because all the guys that you're shooting look like GIs, and like, and your guy anyways is like this blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude anyways that runs through and shoots them all. So
well, that's not saying a lot because I'm blonde-haired, blue-eyed. I mean, I know more like the stereotypical blonde-haired. I got what you meant, but no, you're not playing as a Nazi. I promise.
Okay, it would be one of
you're
those.
You're playing a red-blooded American.
Those weird like switcheroos. It's like, actually, this entire time.
You turn around, there's a swastika on your back. It's like, oh, maybe I am playing the bad guy.
Uh-oh. I've been so wrong for all these years.
Metal Slug is going against typical authoritarian military. You have seen their shitty emblem.
I mean, it looked like an old school arcade game, anyways, that I would play like at an arcade. So.
Well, I think that's what it initially was to begin with.
Right.
The swastika is essentially a big X, right? They just took the edges of the swastika and strained them out to just make an X.
Original. I looked it up at one point anyways, and swastika actually originally was like a really cool symbol. Or something actually really cool, but for life of me I can't remember what it was. And then
you want to know the sad part is Japan uses one for, I can't remember, there's a symbol in Japan that's essentially just a swastika, but it's reversed.
Okay.
So like it's like if you looked at a swastika but in a mirror, and that's essentially what it is. For the life of me, I can't remember what it means. It's definitely not Nazi, I can tell you that much, but it's...
Well, like I said, that was the problem with the swastika. It was like, and then the Germans got their heads. It's kind of like the Hitler stash. That used to be a very popular facial mustache. All the way up until about 1940s, and then no one started wearing it anymore.
Yeah, it was originally people would call it the Charlie Chaplin mustache. Now it's the Hitler stash. So 3. Oh yeah, that's right. It was pretty much just arcade games until you got to 3, and then it started poured into like PC and DS and whatnot. DS, really? Oh, Metal Slug. Oh. We're talking about the swastika still. We ported it to the DS, the Nintendo DS and PC.
I don't know if you want to do that, man. It's definitely part of history that we can leave behind.
We've got some DS and PSP titles. You want to know what game that I don't know why I still have or why I got in the first place was Call of Duty for the Nintendo DS.
I played that once. It was interesting. Quite frankly, I mean, Call of Duty was a great... Well, the first 3, and then Ghost was really good. I like Ghost.
Black Ops 1 was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Modern Warfare 2. I never got too far into 1. With the most experimental FPS in the DS. Surprisingly, it wasn't the most awful experience I've ever had playing a game.
There's a glowing review for you folks.
Well, you're playing on a game. You're playing on a DS. It's not exactly going to be, a stellar experience. Nintendo's already known for having, weaker consoles in the competition. Now imagine that, but even weaker because it's a handheld device.
Right. Okay, so is anybody on your stream there? Anyways, has any of you guys played Far Cry 4? It's popped up on Game Pass. I want to know if it's worth downloading.
Risuki's probably the only one here who I would assume has. Yep. as soon as you mention it, me.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Silence is not comforting here. Maybe not.
Besides some people getting bored of the general environment, it's still fun. I played Far Cry 3 and Blood Dragon and 5.
Is it better than 5 or worse than 5?
I forget, what was your opinion on 5 again? That was a question for you.
Oh, me?
Yeah. What was your opinion on 5 again?
5, okay, I loved anyways. The gameplay for it was fantastic. The storyline wasn't half bad. The frustrating part is that you can't win. It's one of those games that you literally cannot win.
Oh, so it was really good up until the last little bit. Got it.
That, and then there were like cutscenes that just kind of would show up randomly that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, I'm just going through and just like mowing down anyways all the bad guys, and then I'll be like going to the next location, and all of a sudden I'll hear the bad guy on the radio, and then my guy just blacks out. I'll be like in the middle of nowhere. It's like, okay.
I don't know how I ended up here, but cool deal. This is my life now.
Yeah, and then wake up anyways, and you're like in prison. Yeah. That happened a couple of times. The storyline, though, was far better than Far Cry 6. Oh, that would have me. Bunch of woke bullshit.
Far Cry 5 liked sending you hunters to force you into the story to deter the ignoring type of players.
What was that?
Oh, apparently Far Cry 5 was one of those games that actually tried to reel you back into the story by sending you a bunch of hunters.
Oh no, I was literally
um,
doing mission after mission after mission. It was just weird. It would randomly just plug in like that. So have you heard of any good concerts that are coming in this summer? Yeah, look, everyone.
Not really.
See anything? Yeah.
Like I saw
That
something for
was
Killswitch
awesome.
Engage, but I think that's already happened in March. So
What was that?
I think there's one for Killswitch Engage, but that already happened in March. And besides,
I kind of stopped listening to them after they lost their main singer.
when did they lose the main senior?
Actually, they've lost two main singers. The black guy, I can't remember his name. He had an incredible voice. I can't remember his name. Yeah. He started his own band. He like had like a mental breakdown. It was really kind of sad. So he like quit everything entirely for like 6 or 7 months, or well, maybe a year. And then he popped back up on. He started his own band that doesn't do nearly as much like touring and stuff. He's still friends with all the guys, I guess. Anyways, on in the original band, Killswitch, but he was just like, I had to get out of there. I was losing my mind. Which, you know, fair enough.
Oh, better to do that than to like
Go nuts.
end up taking your life. So you know.
Talking to you, Chris Cornell. But yeah, that was disappointing. All right, now where are we going?
I love how this entire stream has just been me painting yellow, because there's just so much damn yellow on this.
Okay, we'll take a break from yellow. Try something different. That by the way, that water cup that you got anyways is actually looking more and more delicious. It really does now look
It's
like
not a good
pineapple
sign.
juice.
It looks drinkable. That's not a good sign.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Coker. I guess you subscribed. Cool beans. Appreciate that. Alright, what are we doing? We are going to be doing some dry brushing.
Me complains about painting. Me complains about painting yellow. Continues to paint yellow.
You could change it to something else.
I'm going to as soon as I'm done painting this axe again.
Try brown. Yeah. Who wants to paint brown?
I mean, the handle is going to be brown, so you know. Corn. It is corn yellow. You were right. Well, no, it's not quite corn yellow. It's artificial corn yellow.
When you said corn yellow, I'm like, dude, corn is red. Oh, right. The vegetable.
No, like the original corn, you know, the edible one, not the chaos god. Thank you very much.
The original corn. That's what we'll just have to start calling it. The original corn.
The original
We
corn.
won't call it a vegetable or anything like that.
Before there was
Just the
corn, there
original
was corn with a C.
It's like, so the corn, anyways, the chaos god's the second one, right? And the third one's the band.
No, first. Oh wait. Oh right. No, it would be.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, no! Corn literally just got his name from the adding. The name Corn has just evolved over time. First it was Corn with a C, then the band came around, put it with a K, and then the Chaos God came around and put an H in there.
Well, like I was saying, I think anyways, the Chaos God's been around longer than the band, hasn't it? Warhammer
Has
40k
it?
has been around since the 80s. And I think of normally
Did it
when I
have-
think of corn, I think of late 90s, early 2000s.
Well, someone could do research about that.
Someone could. But I'm painting.
On
so-
us, we're busy. You could dry brush some brown, silver, and the white to break the yellow up and make it look battle worn. Could you send me that as a text so I remember to do that later? That sounds like a cool idea.
Time to do some dry brushing. Alright. Let's see how this green works out. So we're first going to dry brush this anyways, the hide. So I don't know if you can see this, but as as you can see, anyways, the red's all done. That's the bottom part. Now the top, anyways, is like this exoskeleton thing. And show that there's some scarab involvement here. We're going to put a little bit of this Caliban green, which used to be Dark Angel green. From back in the day, which I find amusing because Dark Angels come from Caliban. So I'm just gonna lightly do this. If it goes over, by the way, this white that I put in here, that's fine. Because we're gonna put, you know, that green on. Green on this stuff. I'm gonna get that at least anyways into this, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. It does look pretty cool by the time it's done. But right now, anyways, we were just doing this dry brushing. Now, like I told you, Seth, or Secrona, yeah, sorry.
Whatever.
When you go to dry brush, anyways, obviously you want to take a lot of the paint off of the paintbrush, but also another thing that I like to do, anyways, is I'll start someplace that people normally won't see. That way, if I still got too much on there, then it's not gonna really affect much. Unfortunately for my little Termagant dude here, all of his hide, anyways, or this armor, this chitinous armor, is all on top of him. So I do not have the option this time to do that, but it's not the biggest concern. That's starting to kind of come over that. That looks good. So like Secrona was just saying, anyways, with that big guy that he's doing, he's going to put a whole heck of a lot more time into it than I'm
That's
doing.
why I'm making sure the paint. See, that's why if you look at a lot of these figures, when I'm first off, this has a lot more yellow on it, so there's a lot more I'm having to go over. Versus, it's not the same as just a shoulder pad. It is pretty much the entire damn guy is yellow.
Yellow! Sorry.
Yell!
Yellow!
Yellow!
Windshield wipers! Sorry. Random thought.
You know, that amazingly enough, that's the second time that VeggieTales has come up in one day.
Oh, really? What were you thinking of?
The other time was at work, surprisingly enough.
Huh. They're still around. They're on Netflix now, I guess. They're not nearly as...
Well, that's definitely what my kids are watching when I have them.
They're not nearly as...
The classics.
Yeah, I don't... Well, no, they don't have... I don't think they have any of the classics on there. It's all new stuff. Because, you know, teaching Christianity isn't really Netflix's style.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I'm aware.
So they're a little bit more mainstream. Although the last thing that I just watched, anyways, that I'm watching with my kids now is Asterix and Obelisk. Do you know who they are by any chance?
No idea.
They're a French cartoon from back in the day that I think it's a comic strip. I think they still do, but they did a CGI version and it's called Asterix and Obelix: The Big Fight. And Asterix and Obelisks are Gauls, and they have this village that the Romans keep trying to take. They can't because they have this magic potion that makes them like 10 times stronger than your average person. They challenge anyways, so there's it's on Netflix. Let's put it that way. Reminded me a lot of kind of old school, kind of Looney Tunes amusement to it.
I gotcha.
Slapstick humor. I will say,
Ford has his old Blood Bowl team, apparently.
What's up?
Look, what is Blood Bowl? What is Blood Bowl?
Blood Bowl is kind of like football. I have the game on the Xbox. I played it for a little bit. It was okay. after playing it for about 15-20 minutes, you realize that it really shouldn't be played on a console. It's one of those games.
It's an arcade game, essentially, right?
No, you really need like a mouse and keyboard for it.
Oh, gotcha.
You need to be. It
Oh my
makes it
gosh,
so much easier if you can click on something and then move it over to a different direction. Yeah. It'd be like.
There's.
Go ahead.
I'm so sad. There's an entire section that I just realized is attached to him that I have not touched. That is also part of his armor. It was hiding in the shadows because it's like the under part of his arm. Oh, now I have to wait until this dries so I can paint it.
Sorry, I glued that part on. I really shouldn't have.
It's fine. I'll figure it out. I just wasn't expecting it there. I was paint over everything else, and all of a sudden I'm just about to finish up. I'm like, oh,
You're
there's
like,
more.
I'm finally done with this yellow. Nope. There's more.
I'm still not done because I got the jaw too.
Okay, the jaw.
The
Anyways,
jaw.
I would do that anyways, more like steel. That way, it's a little bit more pronounced for his face. Maybe do like a.
Well, I'm doing most of it yellow, but I'm gonna be doing the teeth as silver.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like make it like a lead belcher, and then you could even dry brush anyways yellow onto it. That'd be kind of a cool look.
You say as I've already started painted it yellow. Like before, our writer's like, I wouldn't do it yellow. I've already painted half of it yellow.
Oh, you've already done it?
Yeah, no. Well, like I said, I'm painting it yellow, and then the teeth itself are gonna be
Gotcha.
a silverish color. Like I said, I'm basing this completely off of what I see on the game. And the game, it's yellow, surprisingly enough. Now I have to let that dry before I touch it anywhere else.
You're gonna have to paint that black.
Still, it's coming out pretty nicely, even with just the matte colors right now.
Well, that's lead belcher. I need an Imperial primer. That was one of the ones with still good. I'll be right back. Get some water.
Oh no, is it like super thick?
Yeah.
Right now, wait.
It's not a good sign. Can you see that?
No, because the camera's blurred out. Wait, it's unblurring. Oh. Is that a line? Is that a straight line in the...
Well, no, the thing
Does it
you
go
see
paint,
is, like,
nothing
gray.
paint?
That's the water.
Oh.
It's not
Oh no.
mixing. This isn't good. Well, I think that one's toast. Backup plan. We did pick up this contrast, which is Black Templar Black. Hopefully that'll work.
Speaking of which, for the pistons and whatnot, I'm thinking, ooh, should I make the tubes red for a contrast? No,
Cool.
copper. I'm thinking either red or like these parts, not over here, but like here.
Well, if I recall right, anyways, isn't there supposed to be like it's supposed to be like smokestacks on them, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Still got it over here. Hold on.
So you might actually want to use like steel for that.
Yeah, no, that's steel. But I want to use copper for like the piping that goes on the back here. The vents. The vents should be purple. I mean, not purple. You'll never see it.
Okay.
The Vinch should be copper. That's the color I'm thinking of. And then the rest of it's silver. Okay.
Oh.
So I'm thinking dark silver.
So C-Right is... oh,
That's
cool.
Colin.
Right on. Thanks, Colin. We now officially have 3 members. Woohoo! We've got, yeah, Colin, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And then we've got Hermes and Sir Benderbite, who haven't shown up there. I don't understand how you've got people that watch your shows all the time. I mean, I normally, anyways, when I watch them, I'm like doing something, you know, like working, like going on deliveries and stuff. But it sounds like you've got guys that actually like tune in and are like really like, you know, invested. How?
Like every single argument that I could think of would work with the people who probably watch you. I was like, well, first off, they're a bunch of gamers. That argument doesn't work. Well, they're a bunch of nerds. That argument also doesn't work.
Well, most of my guys.
I'm not sure.
All of my guys, I think, are also a little bit older.
Yeah, that's probably why. I attract a younger audience.
Yeah.
Although some of the people who watch me are a fair bit older.
Well, I mean, like for instance, Sir Benderbite, I can completely understand that because he's got a daughter, and he normally plugs into the videos when I'm. Every once in a while, he'll show up to like a premiere, or a live stream just to say hi. But normally, anyways, he'll like listen or to our show or whatever, anyways, in the like at night or in the morning, anyways, when he's working out. And honestly, that's actually what Hermes has said before too. Is he just like, I listen to you normally anyways in the morning when I'm working out. Although sometimes anyways, I'll also get comments at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That's probably when Hermes has been drinking. So, but yeah, I just always yeah. Well, I mean, like for instance, Colin. I think hasn't Colin been like married for a while? I don't know if he's got kids, but
He's not had a kid, no.
Okay.
Yeah, usually it's once he gets home from his job, if I'm on, he'll be like, yeah, well, you know, I'm waiting for the wifey, so might as well
Swing by and say hi.
spend some time watching this guy.
Well, he also.
Then again, he's contractually obligated as the best friend to do that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. By the way, I do appreciate you being a member, Colin. Anyways, you don't need to feel obligated though to be a member because I happen to be Secrona's brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Yeah, okay. But like I said, by all means, if you guys are going to watch the live stream, which is going to take place on the 19th of our second experience into Bilko's Brigade, we've got a plan, by the way, to fix the audio this time.
Using one microphone instead of 4.
Well, I'm by the way, I'm probably going to bring my microphone too. I want to test that because remember, I'm going to be sitting behind a partition. So it might.
Okay, again, I'm using a mic boom, so it will not be like pointed at us. It will be above us.
Okay.
I bought my mic boom for skits and whatnot, but you know, it'll be nice to actually get a use now. I don't know. Do you think that silver's a bit too dark? Should I use the lighter silver?
All I see is yellow, dude. Okay, so what I would do, I would keep. You're using lead belcher, right?
No, I'm using iron hands, and then I mixed with a bit of the Black Templar in there. I don't have lead belcher.
So okay. So lead belcher is a pretty dark silver. But the other silver that you've got anyways is lighter. That's why you're mixing some Black Templar contrast.
Yeah, this is this.
Oh, yeah, okay. So what I do anyways is I go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. And then what I do is I dry brush anyways that kind of lighter one straight on. And then if you've got a copper, is it a dark copper or is it a bright copper?
It's a bright copper.
Is it the hazelnut one or
Brass scorpion.
the hash hut copper? Okay, that looks more bronze too. That'll work fine. Yeah, just what you're gonna want to do is you want to dry brush both of those, and if it's too bright for you, then you can dry brush the Black Templar contrast onto there anyways to darken it back up again. But you'll end up getting kind of this kind of cool, like rusted looking bronzish color that works really well. Okay.
All right. I will be trying for a kid real soon. Oh, awesome. I'm gonna be a godfather.
Oh, so he's got a kid on the way? Did I hear that right?
No, he doesn't have a kid on the way, but they're gonna be trying for a kid soon.
Oh, mazel tov.
Ben Hender's armor go. I mean, it's not quite that yellow yet, but I haven't dry brushed the flash gets yellow on there yet.
Okay, so let's. Now we get to. Now we're gonna see if we're gonna roll this or not. Which one's darker? This one looks darker.
I'm gonna be an uncle. I'm already an uncle, but I'll be an uncle of a fan of a kid I'm not even related to. Let's go.
Wait a minute, you already are an uncle.
I know, it's like that's why I had to stop. I had to reestablish myself. Like, wait a minute.
I can't believe I'm gonna be an uncle. You are an uncle. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So now, anyways, because I wanted to make this a little bit different, anyways. So they've got this like some Tyranids, like at least the Harmagons, the Tarmagons got that weird like bulbous thing on the back of their head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's what Titus rips out of the back of the warrior's head. That thing. So we're gonna use, anyways, a evil sun scarlet on that part. And we'll see if it how it looks. Well, obviously, anyways, we're probably darkening it with this word bearer red, but we're just gonna see how that runs.
I've got my own problem. I put so much water in this paint that I used that it's created a bubble.
Pop it.
Oh, well, got rid of it. Never mind. We're good. We're back in business.
Just pop it.
No, well, because there's like the gap right here in the piping. It was just good and it was just wet enough that it was filled up with like a pocket of air and water.
Oh.
Like I could blow a bubble if I just did it right. Just a paint bubble. Like that episode of SpongeBob.
But once again, Colin, thank you for being one of the lads. We have different groupings there. Secrona and the lads. There's lads, and each one of them, anyways, is a different, I guess, price point. The lads are the bottom one.
I have that too. It's just that I can never remember which one is which for mine.
There's, I think, Firecast is the middle one, and then Space Marine's the big one. So Colin, the good news is because you became a member, you can actually, if you want to go ahead and text in, you said a few things here. Okay. If you want to text in what you want us to talk about for a month, we will go ahead and do that when we're done with the word bearers this month. Now, I know that you're a big fan of the Black Templars. We literally just talked about them last month. So you got to pick something different than the Black Templars. But if you want to know about them, anyways, we did do like 4 boxes on them. 4 or 3. We might have done 3. We talk about Helbrecht there. If you're looking for stories on Sigismund, on the other hand, I would recommend listening to our Imperial Fists. forces. So, do you know anything, Seth, about the Black Templar?
Not really, no. Except for the fact that, unlike the rest of the Loyalist chapters, they don't follow the Codex in the sense of they only have 1,000 because they're constantly crusading, so they're constantly building up their forces because they're constantly, again, crusading.
Right. It's a loophole. So, they are actually a second founding of the Imperial Fists.
Oh, that I also did know. It took me a while to figure that one out. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why my brain told me this. I guess because I was thinking since the Black Templar are so popular that they must be related to the most popular boys, the freaking Ultramarines. And then I found out that they were actually the Imperial Fists. It's like, you know what? Now that I know more about the Imperial Fist, that makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. They were formed, there was second founding along with the Crimson Fists, the Excoriators, and there's two more. There's the Soul Drinkers, the original Soul Drinkers. And crap, I can't remember the other one. It was like the Holy Guardians or something like that. But Sigismund, if you don't know who Sigismund is, you should listen to our parts about who he is. He was the original Emperor's champion. He's kind of a badass. That actually, I think, turned out pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I was calling you out to be more specific. What movie did we watch back in college days? We watched a few, buddy.
There was a what?
What movie? For Warhammer. We didn't watch a movie for Warhammer.
How long ago was it?
I don't remember. I definitely don't remember watching a movie for Warhammer.
There was a movie that came out. It was CGI and it was not very good. It was about a bunch of Ultramarines that save an Imperial Fist who ends up becoming like a demon-possessed dude that tries to kill all of them. It was interesting. Is that what he's referring to?
No, because I don't remember that at all.
It's the only one I can think of that came out like a long time ago. I mean, or is he referring to Astartes from YouTube?
I don't think I showed him Astartes. I remember watching Astartes, but I don't remember showing him Astartes. That sounds familiar, actually. Then I don't remember watching. See, I only just recently got into Warhammer stuff, so I don't remember ever like watching anything related to Warhammer. Okay, that actually, now that I've painted over a couple layers, actually turned out a bit brighter than... Of course, not that you can tell with your guys' camera, but on my end, with my human eyes, yeah, it looks a bit better. I'm probably still gonna dry brush the lighter color on it later, but no, yeah. What?
It's like this weird it dies down and all of a sudden I can hear like a Harley engine following up. This is a little bit more spicy.
Back at the camera, I see you doing this weird, like, side-to-side jig.
Oh, by the way, the only reason we were actually able to do this is because I recently got a new computer, and it works.
What kind of computer did you end up getting, anyways?
What's that?
What kind of computer did you end up getting? Oh boy.
Oh no, here. Check it out. Here.
Oh no, I can see the keyboard glowing. I figured it was a gaming computer, but
Oh, that's the computer.
I figured it would look something a little like that. Do you know what specs it has? Like, did you at least get a decent graphics card and a good amount of RAM?
Plays my games really good. Like I've said before, anyways, the games I play are like Rome, Total War, the first one. It's not like I need something super strong. What I really need it for is for like all my video stuff that I do. And
See that's more of a, you need good RAM for that than anything else.
Yeah. Well, I was also going to start looking into Blender and whatnot a little bit more, but in that case, anyways, I mean, I went and uploaded the last video that I did, the one that the Belko's Brigade that we actually did. I cut it down. It's now 2.5 hours. I scrubbed the audio as best as I could, which it does sound better. It's just not what I wanted it. It's not as good as I wanted it. But it's, 2.5 hours. The whole thing's got a video attached to it along with an audio track, and it took, I think, something like 30 minutes to download. If I'd done that on my
that's pretty
computer,
good.
it would have taken as long as the video was. It would take 2.5, 3 hours. So, when it got done, I was sitting there, I was like, Jesus wept. Yes.
That was me when I started downloading games from for what is it? Friggin' on my Steam account, because it would like downloading a game. Because I used to have my RAM was like 16 gigabytes. And I would try downloading a game and it would take hours if it was over 50 gigabytes or like an hour. I uninstalled it, reinstalled it on my new computer, took like 5 minutes.
I uploaded all of my Total War stuff in the course of, I think, like 10 minutes. But mind you, anyways, those are games, like I said, anyways, they're all old games. It's like the original Rome Total War. There was Medieval War 2. The original Total War Warhammer game. I think they're on 3 now. But yeah, it was just insane watching it. Now it does everything that I want, and I make sure that the kids can't get on it.
Secrona, whatever you do, don't drink the Kool-Aid. That doesn't look like Kool-Aid anymore, my guy.
It did. It really looked delicious at one point.
It did. Now it looks like something that'd be in Nurgle's soup.
I was gonna say, now it looks like something in work actually would do. It's like fungus beer.
Do you know that actually exists? Well, it's not called fungus beer, but there's mushroom beer.
Oh yeah. We were talking about pickle beer this morning on the radio. It's another one. I have not
It's like, I'm curious. I might try the
pickle beer?
not the pickle beer. I might try the pickle beer. I'm back from a very short nap. Welcome back, Caramel.
Hey, Cal. It's definitely the orcs because you can hear an orc breathing in the background. Every once in a while, it's just
Both of your voices are soothing. Well, we come from the same family, same lineage, so
Did anybody, by the
certainly
way,
would hope so.
on your side anyways, did anybody watch the, the boys were red, okay, so, colonized the places. The boys were red and blue. What boys? Oh, in the movie? No, in the movie it's the Ultramarines and the Imperial Fists. Okay, the Chaos guys might have been red. I haven't watched it in a while, man. Yeah, 2014 was kind of about where it was. But yeah, oh, and pickles. So, what they were talking about this morning, it was, they do all sorts of stuff anyways. There's actually pickled beer. There is also, they were taking pickles. Some people, I guess, put pickles in their beer. Which wouldn't shock me. I mean, if you're going to put an orange anyways in your beer, you might as well try it with a pickle. And then there was, I guess anyway, some people actually put it around the rim of a beer glass. Like a thin slice of pickle.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. They were talking about it this morning. I was like, oh, okay.
Don't forget to change the paint water. I should probably do that pretty soon. Well, actually, what time is it? Yeah, I probably got another half an hour in me.
I was going to say, I figured we'd be wrapping up here in about 25 minutes or so.
Yeah, I could do
I
that.
said, how long do you normally do this for? And you were like, normally about 2.5 hours. So that would kind of put us right there.
Well, I said 2 hours, but yeah, we started early enough that we can make it work.
Well, they said 2.5.
I said 2.
Going crazy.
You're going crazy. I said about 2 hours.
Without. Yeah, you said 2 hours. Yeah.
No, I want to try black and tan.
Am I going crazy without missing a beat? My wife goes, yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Did you hear that?
Tails has lost the. Yeah, it's like, yep.
Did you hear her, by the way?
I think she said, yep, right?
No.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Tails has lost the concept of time.
Let's do another dry brush anyways. So this time we're going to use, so traditionally anyways, hide behemoth has got kind of like, the carapace is black, but it's got like the shading of blue. Well, not blue, it's more, it's like a grayish blue. It's like this color. Which is called the Fang. So, Secrona, you know the Space Wolves? They're kind of blue, but it's kind of gray.
Yeah, bluish gray.
Yeah, it's like that.
Right.
Oh, so real quick anyways, do you have a specific brush that you use for dry brushing?
I do. It's a Citadel one too. Hold on a second. Let me.
I had one that I'd used for years that was like perfect, but I lost it.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Kind of a
It even
flat
says dry.
I had a horrible nightmare last night that I was getting set up for this stream, and my girls had gotten a hold of all my paintbrushes and cut off all the brush part. So I'm getting ready for everything, and I keep looking at every one of my brushes, and it doesn't have like the thistles on it. I'm like, no, no, no. They wouldn't do that though. They're good kids.
I had the weirdest dream that somehow Mario Party got freaking combined with Warhammer Tacticus.
That would be interesting.
I don't know why. Like, it was the same concept as Mario Party, but it was like in the setting of Warhammer 40k, and it was different characters from Warhammer 40k Tacticus.
Huh.
I remember because I remember specifically seeing Lucian, the Blood Angel.
Was it funny, at least? A fun dream?
I mean, must have. Everyone was laughing. I don't know whether that was because it was a fun time or the game was just that stupid.
We'll never know. Because that will never happen.
No. Mario and Warhammer crossover win.
I mean, you could do that
I see
if
that.
you wanted to see all of your favorite characters die in Mario, but...
Instead of the Bowser space, it's the corn space. It's like, okay, well, now you must fight this champion of corn to the death. Good luck. I was just about to paint something on you too. Oh no, it's not you I'm painting, it's your teeth. Or the jaw, rather. Not the actual teeth. Which Doom? Oh, the move. Oh, Dune. Dune music.
What do you think I said? Oh, Doom. Oh, yeah.
Doom.
What do you think, anyways, of the new one that's coming out?
Like, Dark Ages?
Yeah.
I'm excited to play it. I've already pre-ordered it.
I've heard some people, anyways, have been gotten a little bit more hesitant about it when the second trailer's coming.
Honestly, the second trailer's made me more excited for it.
He's like been activated or something. Oh man, he shouldn't be. That shouldn't happen or something. I don't know. I'm not really a Doom guy, so.
I am very stoked for it. That's all I can say. I literally got Tuesday off just to play it all day.
Reasons to take a day off. Secrona?
Doom.
Play Doom.
Most other games I'd be like, oh, I'll spare like an hour or two to play this game that just came out. Doom? No. All day.
Are you gonna live stream the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you should go. I might swing by and say hi. When's it coming out?
It's coming out for the 14th, but I got the pre-order, the special edition, so it comes with the future DLC, and I get to play it a couple days early. Secrona said it's on, but it's just him playing Doom. Can't wait to experience Doom vicariously through you. Dry Moses the Necron. Someone made a mod that removes the overcharge already.
You already modded the game. It's not even out yet. Am I hearing that right?
Calling off work, I got demons to kill.
Did I hear that right? They've already modded it?
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
not even out yet.
Is there any other yellow on you that needs to be patched up? Surely not, right? No, wait. There's are a ton of mods actually. I guess people have gone to experience the game a little early.
What do you say?
Whether legally they've gone to experience the game a little early, that's something. I'm sure most of them have. Keyword being most.
Alright. Well, since we are kind of running out of time, I think I'm gonna take these couple dudes. I'm gonna put them off to the side for right now, so we can just finish. At least we can finish at least one guy. We can finish one guy tonight.
You can finish one guy tonight.
Well, you could too. You just have to stop working on the big guy and work on one of your other ones.
I'm already
Right?
committed at this point.
Have you seen
And
Harold and Kumar
I'm-
Escape to White Castle?
Oh, you're talking about repo. When did we start talking about repo?
We haven't been talking about repo.
I know, that's why I'm confused. It's like there's tons of mods.
Oh, he's okay.
I think when you was talking about
Okay, that makes more sense. That game's out. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Doom, the new Doom game.
maybe you scroll up, let's see here. I had a dream that someone stole all the wires from my car, and when I woke up that morning, my car in real life didn't start. That's weird. Wait. Okay. The princesses begin to sister battle. Toads are orcs. Oh, right. Doom is this much. Dragon was Necrons. Can't wait to experience it. Okay, so then where did the talk about repo come from? I'm so confused. What if we, also, hello, welcome back, Berserky.
Hey,
Welcome back to the chat, at least. I threw in without thinking before. Okay, so I'm not crazy.
Well, that would just seem really weird anyways if they had mods for a game that hasn't even come out yet. Is it close to coming out at least?
Yeah, it's next week.
Oh, next week. Right on. Wait, when is it next week?
What do you mean?
What's the date?
The 14th for people who didn't get the pre-order, and the 12th for everyone who did. No, not. Why? Did you think it was getting close to the freaking?
19th. Yeah.
No.
No!
Well, first off, we're only on the 6th, so next week it'll be nowhere near the 19th. So like the end of the week, and even at that point, it wouldn't matter because I have days to play it beforehand. Stop scamming. I mentioned the overcharge part, but then he decided to go immediately into repo. And that's why I was so confused. Oh, stop making me the bad guy here, Caramel. I did read all the comments. It's just that he made a giant leap from one comment to another that confused the hell out of me.
Confused me too.
Oh, overcharge is a part of the repo beta. Oh, see, that was the key context I was missing. I thought overcharge was a thing that was happening in Doom.
We can do the final dry brush after we've glued them all together. So now, what we're going to end up doing is we got to get... Yeah, let's give him some teeth. Teeth, we're going to use the...
I'm not slowing the nogs. I didn't know it was a thing. You can't just like, oh, he's slow, when it's something I didn't even realize was a part of the game. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Anyways, Warhammer. Actually, I think I got the silver just about done, so... Let's try the good old dry brush method with the light silver.
All right. No, we don't want that one. We want the teeny tiny brush. Teeny tiny. All right. Where is this bad boy? Let's finish him. We got the teeth, we got the tongue, we got contrast, and then
We're weaponizing your incompetence. But this time I wasn't incompetent. It was not my fault.
he's looking gnarly, dude.
Can I see?
Can you see?
You know, if the camera was any better, I could see.
Can you see?
You know what? Through the wall of pixels, I can kind of see the teeth. I can see the different color. Yes, I get it.
I'll send you a picture when I'm done. You can show people.
Okay. Post in the Discord later.
This is also another reason why I like to use armor. If I got guys with teeth, you know, like really finite, you can kind of get away with just getting the tops of them, and it gives it that like black background in it, so it really distinguishes the two.
All right, so now we're going to.
This is something I actually didn't know until I got these guys. I thought that they had clawed-like feet. They got hooves.
They got hooves?
They have hooves, yes.
I always thought they had like raptor feet.
Yeah, see? Same here.
Not quite like the dramatic one giant large claw, but like, you know, claws. All right. Oh, that looks awesome. Of course, this won't translate at all on the camera, but that little bit of dry brushing of the copper really brought it out.
Yeah, I told you it
Good. Good call. Good call.
Like I said, I did orcs for a really long time, but they were fantasy, so. Yeah, and I got started anyways with Warhammer guys actually with one of their other games, which was Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings had come out. The Games Workshop, obviously, and we said, we could do that, and make little models of it. And the Urukai, anyways, that's kind of how you dry brush them, is that you use really dark copper on the bottom of it, and then you would dry brush silver over the top of it. So once I started working with orcs, it's like, I bet it would work the other way around too, depending on what you're kind of looking for. That, and then for my black orcs, I figured out anyways that if you use like a silver on just the black, it looks really cool. That's how I got the fallen shield anyways, the way that it was. So we got his teeth in there. Oh, he's got a tongue. Now I gotta get the tongue. Stick it out. And contrast, then we gotta glue him. Stick him on his little thing, and by that point anyways, we should take this right to the end. So the last, for his tongue anyways, I'm using a really bright red, because I'm using quite a few reds. Okay, by the way, he won't technically be done, because I'm going to also dry brush his bottom skin anyways with this Evil Sun Scarlet, which is what I use for the back of his bulbous head. It'll make anyways all of his muscles and scales and stuff anyways kind of pop a little bit more.
Thanks, Charles, you monster. Charles is fine. I don't know what you're talking about. He's having a grand old time.
Yeah, that's what I'm definitely getting you anyways for your birthday. I'm going to give you some googly eyes. For Charles.
Also, how did you hear boobs instead of hooves?
I did not say boobs. I said hooves.
I know you said hooves. I repeated what you said. Like, I know this is my channel we're talking about, but come on, guys. I don't say that word all the time. He has two black eyes. What do you mean he's fine? He's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I love the fact that I've got like all this bland yellow, and then there's just like one part that's highly detailed. Because I was talking to my wife and I wasn't listening properly to your video. That's no excuse.
I figured he was distracted. This is what told me. That was a lot.
You're giving us two different stories. Wait a minute. You're giving us two different stories. Hold on here.
Oh, and by the way, a shout out for your niece there, Secrona. She has been practicing all year anyways for the talent show. Remember how I told you I asked you if you could do the guitar part for Ed Sheridan?
Yeah.
Sharon, that's his name, right? Which is actually part of The Hobbit. And she has officially made it to round 2 of the tryouts.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, she's got a tryout coming here on the 22nd. Yeah, so we're all pretty stoked for that. So this is kind of what it looks like here. Can you notice how the white's gone? Is it all fuzzy still?
Okay, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
I'll take a picture and send it to you guys, man. I'm done.
No, I'm eating multitasking.
You're multitasking?
Apparently, Colin's multitasking.
Oh, Colin?
Yeah, I'm not multitasking. You think I can multitask?
No, actually.
That's why my chat always dies halfway through my streams, because I end up getting so distracted by the game that I stop acknowledging chat as much. At least I'm assuming that's why chat all of a sudden just dies most of the time.
There are other reasons. I mean, that's the reason.
I'm not blaming them. I understand if I start getting a bit distracted, but can you even task? I can task, kinda.
Now my music has gotten really weird. Now it sounds like someone else wanting to.
Some more orcs then?
I don't know. Or Nurgle.
Let's all play the Nurgle anthem.
Game I saw.
I'm here and I talk to you all the time. I know you do care, well, and that's why chat doesn't actually die. It just kind of, except for when you are playing in a VC with me, in which case then you're not here to talk to in the chat, in which case the chat usually dies at that point. My efforts are dead to you, just like Caramel. You know, I tried to backtrack and it's like, nope, you've already gone down the path, you're already screwed.
How long have you guys been doing this shtick?
What's Jack?
Oh, the whole Woe is me, you don't care about me. I really do care about you.
That's a good question. I don't know. It seems to be her go-to gimmick.
I'm sorry, but
it seems to be her go-to shtick, and then I'm just, it's her shtick, and then it's me actually just going, no, stop it, stop bad-mouthing me. I do care. No, gosh, confound it. We got there in the morning, loss of sense of pride and respect. Oh shit. Hales is on to me. Yep.
what's up?
Apparently you figured her out. You figured out her entire stick. And I just painted the top of my cap. Cool. Great.
Why is it hard? You guys do it every stream.
You know she gets away with it too, 'cause she's one of my favorite people.
I forgot about his little arm here. He's got one little part.
I'm sorry, Dad, but your brother's just fun to mess with. To be fair, I am very easy to mess with. That's understandable.
You're harder to mess with when people are actually looking at you.
What was that?
I said you're harder to mess with when people actually are looking at you. You know, like face to face.
Yeah, I'm on top of my game at that point. It's because I can actually read the situation a lot better.
Well, yeah. Like
And I know, oh, this is a teasing. This is a teasing situation. I could tease back then. Versus online when it's just text.
Why do you hate me? It's like, what?
I don't hate you, you idiot.
It's like, how did we get here? I said, how's it going? And then the response is, you hate me. It's like, oh, okay.
Where do I go from here?
There's nowhere to go from here. But up.
And to be fair, he messes me too. If he stops, I'll stop. It's true, I do tend to mess with her. Fair is fair.
This guy, we're going to put a little bit more in there. It's going to go over that.
He never stops.
So if you see what I'm doing here anyways, is that remember how we painted the inside of this with that Caliban green? Now we're going over the whole thing anyways with the striped scorpion green. And it should come out. So I put it on pretty thick there, but that's fine because I'm going to keep using that spot anyways to take paint from. Come in through here. Take a little bit more of this look and get a little bit more of that white in there. So it looks a little bit more like neon sickly green. That's all you need right there. Just like painting happy trees. Did you ever watch Bob Ross?
I did not. I've seen clips of Bob Ross though. I've seen people try to paint along with Bob Ross. It's kind of hilarious.
Did you?
Most of the time they're freaking.
Did you see the Deadpool one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. We're just going back over
Or
this
really,
I didn't like that it kind of super like bright, so we're just making it a little bit darker. We did the same thing with the eyeballs, I think. And then we're going to put him on his stand, which is over here. And I think we will be done tonight.
I'm just trying to finish this little gold plating in the back real quick of his little pack here. His little pack. The giant pack with the steam vents. And then I might color the.
5/0 brush for his eyeballs. But for those folks that are watching out there that are painting, if you don't have one of those teeny tiny brushes, what I used to do for my works is I used a toothpick. You use a toothpick and you can just kind of find the dot in there. Alright, so now it's time for the... Sorry, what were you saying there, Seth? Or Secrona?
I was just saying that I'm trying to finish. I'm gonna do the base color copper for the tubing, maybe to add a little bit of just the tiniest bit of the Black Templar to it. There's not like insultingly copper. Well, no, I'll just try the copper by itself on this vents. But first, I'm gonna paint this little
You said that
section
so well,
right
I thought
here.
you
So,
were gonna say, but first, a word from our sponsors. Paint.
this stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
What the hell happened? Did it just explode out of the top? That's different. You ever had that happen before, do you?
No, I've never had it explode on the top on me.
Just kind of popped out there. Ah! That's what she said. I get one. Alright. Now he's... Let's do that. Off the top of this glue for some reason. I didn't have it upside down or nothing. What kind of glue do you use?
I think I have a specific Citadel plastic glue that I got.
Fancy.
I'll look in just a moment. Yes, Rasuki, what's up?
Heavy little accidents and trees. Yep, Bob Ross. Quite right.
Happy little accident, just like my life.
Well, you kind of were an accident, alright?
That's why I keep telling people. I was the accident. I came in 5 years after my next brother, and they weren't even expecting me. So I just tell people I'm the Bob Ross of the family. I was the happy little accident.
You need curly hair then, dude.
No, what I meant was I'm the happy little accident.
We got a base. By the way, if Ezra ends up, if you end up watching this, thank you for the Necrons. I will be painting those at some point. If you by any chance have the bases for them, next time I'm down there, I'd appreciate it. I was like pulled them out of the box. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And I was getting super stoked, and I was like, how am I gonna set them up? I have no bases. All right.
I should have dry brushed the copper on here, it turns out. That actually would have been really cool. Because I'm looking at the front's like the perfect color. And then you look at the back, and the back's just like super copper.
I never would have thought that I would use copper as much as I do. It's a great color. These guys. The first quartz especially.
For the Necrons? Not the Necrons, the Tyranids?
No, not the Tyranids. They have, it's almost kind of sad. They don't have any color. But, no, with the orcs. It was really
Oh yeah, no, copper is a perfect color for the orcs.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing this, there, Secrona. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you for suggesting it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if I can move some of this.
I always kind of wanted to do this with you when you started painting. It was just, I never had a could do it. So.
Oh, there we go. I just took the dry brush and just went over the back of it. Well, now I've removed too much. Great. Here,
Too much
grab.
paint?
Yeah, because I went with the dry brush and started just kind of dry brushing over the top of it. But it got wet at some point.
Okay, wait a minute. You said anyways you glue everything together before. Is that even before you prime? Or do you prime first?
Yeah. No, I prime after they're glued.
Oh, interesting.
The concept is because of the fact that I want to make sure they actually stay glued together.
I get it.
The paint would get in the way of the glue is what I'm afraid of. That's at least what the suggestion.
These two guys on at the same time, which is downright terrifying. Well, I got a couple of friends now.
All right, so the last little bit I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this jaw done and also try to get that list more yellow. Summarize this entire stream more yellow.
Maybe you
At least from my perspective.
you could rename it more yellow.
Of course, thank you guys for watching said art. You've been a fantastic audience, even if part of it towards the end was just bullying the streamer.
All I'm saying is if you like this happy attitude, Bob Ross. Ron, did you by any chance watch the Netflix special on him?
Netflix special on Bob Ross? No. I didn't know there was one on him. Oh, I saw a video on that actually. Not the special, but I did see a video on that, and that really sucked.
First, like 15, 20 minutes of it was really interesting. The history of Bob Ross.
We all live in a yellow orc thing. I get it. He's very yellow. It's the Bad Moon's whole shtick is they're yellow, is they're the rich orcs. Also, they really like exploding things. You think he's yellow now? Wait until I dry brush the flash gets yellow on them. Then he's really going to be yellow. You know, I only did one coat for the freaking like rope, the straps on his hammer. I think that's all I really needed. It looks like really good, actually. I'm surprised on how well that turned out. Boom boom? Yes, lots of boom boom. You have to check the hammer on. Bogarts, what colors? Very end. Dang, that's also yellow. Why is it all yellow? Why does everything on you have to be yellow? I know that's a dumb rhetorical question. Don't answer that, anyone. It's gonna have the withering, don't worry. Banana! Now we're just saying words that are yellow. Lemon.
What he ends up looking like, folks.
That actually turned out really cool. Welcome to the life of a streamer. It never works the way it's supposed to.
I mean, my phone. It's like, of all things, that's the one that should work. It's just all foggy. All right. One down, 9 to go. Let me send that to you via text so you can just I need to get a better camera. You can see it makes me look like that. Look, pretty darn cool being there.
All right, well, I really want to like finish. Get rid of that real quick.
Well, folks, it's been fun. Thank you, Secrona, for doing this with me. We ran a little bit longer than we thought.
It was a good time, so.
Did you get done with everything you wanted to get done?
No.
No? No, me neither. I was hoping to at least get 2 of these guys done, but painting always takes us a little while, I think. But it always works out in the end. What's your guy look like now?
So far, the one major
The back
details
is
I've
looking
gone
pretty
so far
sick,
is
even
the
through, computer screen or something. That's turned out pretty good.
and then trying to finish up. I'm gonna have to, before I go to sleep, go over this at least one more time to really settle that in and this down here. Other than that, he's starting to come out pretty well. Then I'm gonna dry brush the flash skates yellow and then start working on the withering after that.
What are you going to shade the yellow?
Sorry, what was that?
What are you going to shade the yellow?
No, I'm gonna dry brush the yellow. So just go over these bits on the top right here with this lighter yellow.
Oh, okay, you got a lighter yellow? That's it. You always go lighter. I was like, are you going to use like a darker yellow or maybe even a light orange? Nope. We're going to blind everyone who looks at that thing. Oh, my eyes. But it's just the basic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever you plug in there anyways is kind of... Oh, there he is. And there's that boom thing you were talking about. Well, for
Yes.
everybody that showed
No,
up...
no, this is not the boom. The boom is actually here. I can show it off real quick. Ah. This extends.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It extends enough. Trust me.
Okay.
No, opening it up takes a little. It does extend quite far.
So for everybody that watched my side of the stream, which was pretty much everybody that was on your stream that took pity on me, and went over to my side, thank you. So pretty much Trap, Ladder Guy, and who's the other guy that popped in? Oh, Coconut showed up for a minute or two. Much appreciated. Colin, right? That's Ladder
Colin.
Guy. Yeah. Colin, anyway. So if you could give me a comment or something, anyways, letting me know what you want us to talk about for a month, we will go ahead and start working on that. Like I said before, we just did the Black Templars. I know they're kind of your favorite, but you can kind of check to see, anyways, what ones we've already done. If it's something, anyways, that we've done recently, I'll probably ask you to pick something different. But if it's something that we haven't done in a long time, like for instance, if you said, I don't know, if you picked the Necrons, that was the very first one we did. We haven't talked about them in 2 years. So if it's or Space Wolves, that's another one that we haven't done in forever. And Euxin, anyways, would go giddy if you wanted to listen to Elf Legion again. It's his favorite thing, and he just got done reading the Alfarius book. So, but yeah, just let me know in the comments. This is super appreciated. Anyways, if you remember. Secrona, thanks for doing this. Like I said, anyways, I've been wanting to do this for a while. I just haven't had a computer that could actually do it. Maybe we could do it again, anyways. Maybe when we're done with the next Belgium Brigade, we can do another one, and then we're going to do something different other than a team. I've got some Tal that I'm working on, but I was thinking more something a little bit different. I mean, part of me thinks, anyways, because you guys are going to run into running into some orcs too, because you're going to orcs basically, but you have orcs. Euxin has orcs, and if that all fails, anyways, Euxin has my old fantasy orcs. So I think we're covered on the orcs.
Yeah, we got enough orcs.
But yep, that's kind of all I got. What's your? I'll let you do your conclusion intro, anyways, where you do the whole rock off thing, but. Yep, for anybody who's wondering, anyways, this is Secrona, who has popped on a couple of times with us, and take it away.
And for everyone who's watching my end, I will probably be playing Repo this Saturday, and then pretty much all next Monday and Tuesday is just going to be Doom. So get ready for that. But yeah, no.
I am dropping, anyways, on Saturday. We are doing a premiere for our first segment on Lorgar. If anybody you guys don't know who Lorgar is, he's the Primarch of the Word Bearers. He's the guy that ruined the Imperium. And on top of that, anyways, built the Ecclesiarchy and came up with the chaplains. So he's fairly important.
Oh. Yeah. Great.
We ended up so normally our script, anyways, Euxin and my scripts, anyways, are normally about 20 pages, and that's about an hour to an hour and a half long. Originally, our script started out as 75 pages, and then we cut it down to 55. So we have about 4 hours of audio, anyways, on Lorgar, starting from his birth to him in the 42nd millennium. So we go over quite a bit, and we are splitting it on YouTube, anyways, for at least 2 boxes. But the one that we're doing after that, you might actually be interested in, Secrona, because we're asking the most important question in 40k. Who's worse, Erebus or Corferro? We're gonna kick the crap out of both of them, so it'll be fun. But like I said, take it away, Secrona. How do we end this?
Like I said, mostly do gaming stuff over here, and trying to get back into painting. I'm trying to get back into doing Wednesday streams, and if I do more Wednesday streams, it's going to be more painting, essentially, because I really want to get my orcs done. I would like to play a game of 40k I have so many orcs. I have so many orcs I also want to get. And I really just want to play the game. Orcs are ludicrously fun. And now I'm actually interested in the game, it'd be fun to actually play them. That being said, thank you so much for watching us sit here paint 2 grown men painting figurines. And we love all of your faces, and you all have a wonderful night. And as always, stay safe, stay awesome. Both streams, there's 2 cameras I'm looking at right now. And as always, until next time, rock on!